How was I supposed to guess that a post Newbie Dash Wonderbolt episode would be this awesome? It's not like I can see into the future or anything.
This is Garnet.
I've got a few favors to ask you, if you don't mind. If I ever ask for future vision again, please just say no. I'm Finn the Pony, and it's time for Finbits. So, Top Bolt, an episode where Rainbow Dash and Twilight are called an official friendship business to Wonderbolt HQ, and eventually find out that two eligible young flyers seem to rely on each other a little bit too much. How high in the sky does this episode fly? Let's find out. Season 6 as a whole has been pretty spectacular, and it honestly leaves me with very little to complain about. But what's funny is that the few things that I did have issues with this season kept getting fixed by later episodes. I felt the CMC story arc needed some progression, and then bam, we got Fulton our cutie marks. I felt the Wonderbolt arc was lacking in freshness, and then bam, we got this episode. It starts off as a fun little escapade for Rainbow and Twilight, complete with great chemistry, funny jokes, and even some sweet nicknames for the two. No need to give me one though, I'm good. But things quickly boost from good episode to unforgettable episode when we meet our two friends in need. Sky Stinger, the overly brash and cocky show-off who doesn't even feel the need to practice, and Vapor Trail, a more shy, soft-spoken flyer who's always been Sky's personal wing pony. Personality-wise, I can certainly think of other characters that would easily fit the molds of these two, but the friendship issue they're having, that's where this episode truly peaks. After seeing Sky and Vapor fly together, Twilight and Rainbow start noticing some peculiar things about their routine. Mainly that Vapor seems to be giving Sky some added boosts, while he flies around thinking he's hot stuff. Now, don't think this is some kind of Season 3 Fluttershy Discord scenario, where one friend is using their friendship as a leash to get the other to do what they want. In fact, Sky is completely oblivious to the fact that Vapor's been helping him, and thinks everything he's doing is completely due to his skill alone. This has apparently been going on ever since the two of them were kids, and Vapor's been too afraid to tell Sky the truth since she's afraid it would completely ruin their friendship. This introduces us to one of the most interesting and unexpected questions this show has ever asked. What happens when you help too much? This is a type of moral that really speaks to me personally. People who know me well will agree that my pony persona is very similar to my real life persona. I am a helpaholic. I love to help others. It gives me this warm, special feeling that nothing else could possibly match. And it is true that lending others a helping hand is a very kind and thoughtful thing to do. But if done to excess, things start becoming really dangerous for both the helper and the helpee. The helper starts becoming less of a friendly aid and more of a mandatory crutch, to the point where the helpee becomes completely dependent on the assistance of that friend and relies on them too heavily. As a result, both sides wind up suffering in the long run. The helper spends so much time assisting that they have no time to develop themselves, and the helpee finds it difficult to be independent after being helped for so long. I'm happy to say that I have never been in either of these two characters' positions before, but this episode sends off a very realistic warning to all those who watch it. It's great to help those in need, but even something as wonderful as helping can become harmful if it's done too much. You could be the one to catch your friends if they fall, but don't be someone they have to constantly lean on. It's the classic scenario of too much of a good thing, and it was executed beautifully. I'll be the first to admit that the conclusion did feel a bit rushed, especially considering the rest of the episode had pretty much flawless pacing. But I won't hold it against the episode too much, since we only have 22 minutes per story, and the quality of this one still carries through regardless of the ending. And of course I have to mention that the chemistry between Twilight and Rainbow is absolutely perfect. They're such opposite personalities, with one being organized and professional, while the other is loud and energetic, and they play off each other so well. Just the classroom scene alone was enough to get me smiling from ear to ear. And thankfully, it's another episode where both characters are needed to solve the problem at hand. Sure, Twilight had the right idea when it came to upfront telling both friends what the issue was, but if not for both Twilight's classroom expertise and Rainbow's immense flying skills, we would have never arrived at our happy ending. It was great once again to see that there was no dominant pony this time around. So, in a surprising turn of events, Top Bolt wound up being one of the most thought-provoking episodes that Season 6 has to offer. Not only are the pacing, story, and characters excellent, but the moral tackles a subject matter that I never expected to see in this kind of show. It's an episode that makes you think. And you know what? We need more episodes like it. Episodes that make you want to sit in silence and ponder over the lesson you just learned. I was dead wrong about the Wonderbolt story arc needing to be put out to pasture, and I'd be willing to put up with 100 more Newbie Dashes if we get at least one more top bolt. It may be our last map episode for the season, but holy cow did they go out on a sky-high note. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my quick little playthrough of this episode, and feel free to tell me what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Did this episode manage to bring back your Wonderbolt sense of wonder? Are you pumped up and ready for the upcoming season finale next week? Oh, right. It's already been leaked to the public, and certain people have even reviewed it already. Well, I think I'm gonna wait until the official release to give it a watch. So in the meantime,
no spoilers!
Thanks for playing along with me. I'm Finn the Pony, and I'll see you all next time on Finbits.
Oh, I'm more of a glorified secretary. I think Mayor Lionheart just wanted the sheep vote. But he did give me that nice mug. Oh. Feels good to be appreciated.